Now, I wish I could share this with you. Hi, I'm Dave Wright, and welcome to my channel. And if you love motorcycles and you love camping, would you consider hitting the subscribe button and the little bell? I'd really appreciate it. Today, I'm out Mount Diablo State Park. What a beautiful, gorgeous view it is up here. Wonderful day. Stopped by the grocery store on the way up and picked up some Poblano chilies. And I'm going to show you how to make grilled stuffed Poblano chilies while you're out camping on your motorcycle, right after this. Now remember that the recipes that we do are designed for 2 people, and they're modified so they can travel for several days on a motorcycle without refrigeration. So let's see what we brought out today. We've got chorizo. We're only going to use a little bit of this, but it's good for, several days, and you can use it in different meals. Of course, some salsa. Most people don't know that you don't really need to refrigerate salsa. I guess, well, it depends what you put in it, but usually you don't. Got some Poblano peppers. Now I picked these up at the grocery store not too far from here on the way up here to Mount Diablo. And we have some cheese that I took a little bit off. This one you have to keep an eye on. You don't want it to get warm or too hot, so keep it in a cool place in your bag. I always wrap it in the cheesecloth to help it breathe. And you want to go for harder cheeses. They'll last a lot longer. Definitely don't want to use any kind of soft cheeses. And this is kind of neat. This is a well, it's organic apparently, but it's made for microwave rice. So this is already cooked rice or quinoa that you just put in the microwave for a minute. And we're just gonna use one of these. So one of these was good for this recipe for 2 people. So if you have this, you can use it. If you buy it, it comes in a pack of 2, you can save the other one for another day. And they last, I think I read on here, up to about a year in the package. And like I said, they're already cooked. So all you're really doing is heating it up and stirring it in. All right, let's get started. Oh, there we go. It's starting to get kind of hot there. Let's put this plate on. Now, when I was getting ready to go, I was looking around for my gear, and I keep my gear in a big box, but sometimes it spills out of the box or doesn't get put away quite back where it's supposed to be. And I couldn't find a couple pieces. One of them was the little tongs I have. So I'm gonna have to just be careful with this one. I've really had a bad luck with burning myself, but we'll see how it goes. I'll try to be careful. Now these don't take too long to cook up and roast really. You just want to get sort of that flame on them, but you want to get them so they're charred and get that they got a little bit of black stuff all over. And I'm going to show you a little later how we deal with that, because you have to finish them off in a bowl. It lets them get softer. And what we're looking for is to get them sort of charred all around. Not totally black, but maybe 2/3 kind of charred, and then we'll pull them off. It takes a few minutes, so be patient. And these are kind of big chilies. I was lucky to find these. I was like, oh man, those look good. See, it's already starting to get kind of burnt there, and that's kind of what you want. So we'll let those go, and we'll come back and check them out in a few minutes. Oh boy, these are looking good. I've had to turn them quite a few times, but look at that. Oh, perfect. I think these are done. So I'm gonna pull these out and put them in this bowl right here and cover the bowl up. And the reason I'm gonna do that is because it'll let the juices sort of seep into the rest of the skin, and it'll make the charred bits a little softer. But these are done, and I'm gonna get to chopping up the rest of the stuff for the stuffing. All right, look at that. There's one there. Let's get the other one in there. Oh, those are smelling so good. Oh, I love these. Okay, so let's set that aside and let that rest for a little bit and get the rest of our stuff ready to cook in the pan. Now, this is just uncured chorizo, but really you could use whatever you like. I like this, since it's kind of got a Mexican kind of flavor to it. That's what I'm going to use. And it's really, again, up to you how much you want to put in there. But all you got to need to do is just cut it up into little small bite sizes. And I guess this is about 1/3 of that stick that's in there, about that much. you don't really need that much. I mean, it doesn't look much until you start cutting it up in small bits, and so go easy on it, because it actually is probably more than you're thinking. All right, once you get it all chopped up, set it aside, and we'll get ready to put the microwave quinoa rice in the bowl. Like I said, we're just going to heat it up and stir all this together, and it'll be delicious. I had to, since I cooked the chilies for so long, well, a couple of minutes, and rotating them, it burned through the fuel I had in my alcohol stove, so I had to add a little bit more fuel, and we're going to get it started back up here. Oh, yep, that's hot. All right, let's get our pan warmed up. Start putting some in. This is that rice, and you can see it's already cooked. It's already cooked, and it's got a little moisture in there, and it's sealed. And I said these last for like a year, I think. Not refrigerated. So let's get that out of there. Get all that out of there. And heat that up. Let's get the chorizo in. There you go. And we'll just let that warm up and get going. I also brought salsa, so the salsa will just add a little bit more kick. It keeps it moist in there as well. Oh, you can hear the fire. Hope it's not too windy out here. Let's get that heated up. And this will only take a minute or two to warm up, and then we'll start stuffing the chilies. I also brought this aluminum foil, and I just folded up 2 sheets that I thought about the size I need, and stuck them in the pan to travel. So it doesn't really take up it takes up like no room at all. And it's going to be, and if you're cooking on a fire, like a fire pit or campfire, it's nice because you can roll, instead of a stove like this, you can put the whole chilies inside here and keep them warm. So if you're making several at a time, or more than 2 anyway, you can set them out the edges of the fire in the aluminum foil, and that'll keep them warm. See how it's looking. It's already sizzling. Oh, it smells so good. All right, let's put some salsa in here. You hear that? Yeah. And it doesn't take much. Like I said, it's surprisingly a lot of food for as little as the pack weight is, or how much you're packing in. And it's a really hearty meal for, like I said, 2 people. I'm just going to stir it up and let it heat in here for a little bit. I just brought a little bit of cheese wrapped up in the cheesecloth to, and what it does is it tastes good for one, but also helps it stick together when we scoop it inside. So we're just going to melt a little bit of this on here, just shred it in, or shred it on, I guess. I don't know. That should be it. That's got to be good enough. Yeah. Well, these flies out here are crazy. You don't see them, but you hear them, and then they get right in your face. It's like, oh man. Oh, see, there we go. See, that's starting to glob up. Okay. Now here's just a little tricky. You have to be careful. These are pretty delicate now because they're cooked, right? So you just want to cut the top off gently, like that, and clean out the insides. You don't want any of the seeds, so just take those out. Just a few seeds, and you have a nice pocket to stuff. So if you're making other things for dinner, or maybe you're doing a group, you have a group campsite and everybody's cooking something, these are really good to bring because they can stay warm and you can bring them out whenever they're ready. So carefully pull the chilies out. Again, you have to be gentle with these because you don't want them to tear. And just simply put it in there. The chili over there, hold that down. It is a little windy. And just fill it up. And just like that. Add a couple tablespoons. And that'll be good. Look, this is gonna be just perfect for 2 of these chilies. I'll get a little more in there. Oh, I almost burnt myself again. Those are the perils of camping and cooking. All right, let's get the top on that one. I think this is the top that went on there. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, look at that. So I'm just going to fold it up here in the tin foil. I'll set that one aside and start on the other one. This one's a little bigger. I'll definitely have enough here so I don't knock it off the table. Oh, so hungry. This is going to be a good dinner tonight. Well, you just can't believe how beautiful it is up here on Mount Diablo. And I think a lot of people in the Bay Area, it's so close to the Bay Area, and I think a lot of people in the Bay Area don't know that. I mean, they've certainly heard of Mount Diablo. It's in the news all the time for various things, but they don't know that you can come out here and camp. I was telling somebody this week that I was coming out to go camping here, and they're like, really? I live in San Ramon. I didn't know that. You could camp out there. You can. There's some nice campsites. Perfect. Look at that. That is exactly what you want it to look like. You top that off, get that one wrapped up, and we're gonna have dinner. Okay, these have been warming for a little while I was cleaning up. Let's see how they look. I knew it. Those are hot. Oh, look at that. Oh, get that on the plate. There we go. I can't wait to dig into that. I guarantee you, you're gonna love this. It is so delicious. Wow. Oh, man. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Get the little hat off. Look at that. You know, I do like the crispy bits on there. I guess that's not for everybody, but I like it. And it's just got the right amount of cheese in there too. So good. I'll put the recipe in the those flies. I'll put the recipe in the notes. And you know, I hope you try this one because you won't just be disappointed. It is delicious.